Criminals make a lot of money, but they can't just spend it openly. They need to make it look like they earned it legally. That's where money laundering comes in. It's a complex issue with serious consequences, but understanding how it works is the first step in fighting back. So, what is money laundering? It's the process of taking dirty money obtained through criminal activities and making it appear clean or legitimate. Imagine a washing machine for cash, transforming illegal funds into something that looks perfectly normal. How to launder money? That's the million-dollar question, literally. Financial expert, as financial expert, criminals use various methods, often quite creative and complex. They exploit loopholes in the financial system, using legitimate businesses and transactions as a cover. Think of it like this. You wouldn't carry a suitcase full of stolen cash into a bank, right? That's why criminals use sophisticated techniques to disguise their ill-gotten gains. Money laundering isn't just about briefcases full of cash. It's a sophisticated process that criminals use to disguise the origins of their illicit gains. It's far more intricate and often involves seemingly ordinary activities that can easily go unnoticed by the untrained eye. Let's break down some common methods used by criminals to launder money and make it appear legitimate. Financial expert, as financial expert, cash-intensive businesses. These are businesses that deal with a high volume of cash transactions on a daily basis. Think restaurants, bars, or laundromats. These businesses naturally deal with a lot of cash, making it easier to blend illegal funds with legitimate income without raising suspicion. Real estate purchasing properties with dirty money is a classic tactic. Criminals invest in real estate because the value often appreciates over time. This not only helps them clean their money but also provides a legitimate front for their operations. The anonymity of property auctions and the use of intermediaries can further obscure the true ownership. The value of real estate often appreciates, and ownership can be obscured through shell companies and trusts, making it difficult to trace the money back to its criminal origins. Financial expert, as financial expert, shell companies and trusts. These are legal entities created to hide the true owners of assets, making it difficult to trace the money trail back to the criminals. These entities can be used to hold assets anonymously, making it nearly impossible for law enforcement to identify the real owners. International trade. Manipulating invoices for goods and services in cross-border transactions helps disguise the movement of illicit funds. By overvaluing or undervaluing invoices, criminals can move large sums of money across borders without attracting attention. This method is particularly effective in jurisdictions with lax regulatory oversight. Financial expert, as financial expert. These are just a few examples of the many methods used to launder money. The techniques are constantly evolving as criminals find new and creative ways to stay ahead of law enforcement. And criminals are constantly finding new and creative ways to launder their money. It's a cat-and-mouse game, with authorities working tirelessly to uncover these schemes and bring the perpetrators to justice. One of the simplest ways to launder money is to make it seem like it came from a legitimate business. This process, known as money laundering, is a method used by criminals to disguise the origins of their illicit funds. Let's say a criminal owns a restaurant. This restaurant becomes a front for their illegal activities. They might mix their dirty money with the cash from the restaurant's sales. By doing this, they can make the dirty money appear as though it is part of the restaurant's legitimate earnings. This makes it hard to tell which money is clean and which is dirty. The process of mixing clean and dirty money is often referred to as commingling. Financial expert, as financial expert. Another method is using fake invoices. This technique involves creating fictitious transactions to justify the movement of money. The criminal creates a fake company and sends invoices to their real company. These invoices are for goods or services that were never actually provided. This makes it look like the real company is paying for goods or services, when in fact the money is just being laundered. The fake company then deposits the money into its bank account, making it appear legitimate. These methods might seem simple, but they can be very effective. Criminals often rely on the complexity and volume of transactions to avoid detection. And when dealing with large sums of money, even small businesses can become tools for money laundering. Small business owners need to be vigilant and aware of the signs of money laundering to protect themselves and their businesses. Law enforcement agencies are constantly developing new techniques to detect and prevent money laundering. However, as criminals become more sophisticated, the challenge of combating money laundering continues to grow. Financial institutions also play a crucial role in the fight against money laundering. They implement various measures such as monitoring transactions and reporting suspicious activities to help identify and stop money laundering activities. Global cooperation is essential in this fight. Countries around the world are working together to share information and develop strategies to combat money laundering on an international scale. As we move towards a more digital economy, the methods of money laundering are also evolving. Digital currencies and online transactions present new challenges and opportunities for both criminals and law enforcement. The future of cash is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the fight against money laundering will continue to be a critical issue for governments, businesses, and individuals alike. Section 5. Playing the market from property to Picassos. Investing in assets is another popular way to launder money.
Real estate is a common choice, as property values tend to rise over time. Criminals can buy properties with dirty money, then sell them later for a profit that looks legitimate.
But it's not just about buildings. Art, antiques, and even racehorses can be used to launder money. These items are often valuable, portable, and difficult to trace.
A criminal can buy a painting with dirty money, then sell it later for a higher price, effectively cleaning their cash.
Section 6. High stakes, high risks, gambling away the evidence. Casinos and online gambling platforms can be attractive for money launderers.
The high volume of cash transactions and the international nature of gambling make it easier to blend dirty money with legitimate winnings.
Here's how it might work. A criminal walks into a casino and buys chips with dirty money. They play for a bit, then cash out their chips, receiving a check or a clean cash equivalent.
The casino has no way of knowing the origin of the money used to buy the chips, making it difficult to trace back to the criminal.
Section 7. Wires crossed. Moving money in the digital age. In our increasingly digital world, wire transfers have become a key tool for money launderers.
They can quickly move large sums of money across borders, often using a complex web of accounts to obscure the origin and destination of the funds.
Criminals might use shell companies or multiple bank accounts in different countries to make it harder for authorities to follow the money trail.
This electronic game of hide-and-seek makes it challenging to track and seize illicit funds.
Section 8. The high price of dirty money, legal consequences. Money laundering is a serious crime with severe consequences. Governments around the world are cracking down on financial criminals, and the penalties are getting tougher.
If caught, individuals involved in money laundering face lengthy prison sentences. The amount of jail time can vary depending on the amount of money laundered and the severity of the crime.
Section 9. More than just a slap on the wrist. The real cost of money laundering. Beyond prison time, there are significant financial penalties. These penalties can be life-altering, affecting not just the individual but their families and future generations. Courts can impose hefty fines, often totaling millions of dollars. These fines are designed to be punitive and serve as a deterrent to others who might consider engaging in such illegal activities. And don't forget about asset forfeiture. This is a powerful tool used by law enforcement to disrupt criminal enterprises. That means the government can seize any assets, houses, cars, bank accounts, believed to be purchased with dirty money or used in the laundering process. This can leave individuals and their families destitute, stripping them of their ill-gotten gains.
But it's not just individuals who face the music. Entire organizations can be brought to their knees. Banks and other financial institutions involved in money laundering, even unknowingly, can face huge fines and reputational damage. This can lead to a loss of customer trust, a decline in stock prices, and even the collapse of the institution.
The message is clear. Money laundering is a risky business with serious consequences for everyone involved. It's not just about the immediate legal repercussions. The long-term impact can be devastating, affecting careers, families, and entire communities. The fight against money laundering is ongoing, and the stakes are incredibly high.
Section 10. See something, say something. Your role in fighting financial crime. Combating money laundering is a global effort, and everyone has a role to play. Financial institutions, businesses, and individuals all need to be vigilant.
If you work in a bank, be on the lookout for suspicious transactions. If you own a business, make sure you know your customers and where their money is coming from. And if you see something that doesn't feel right, report it to the authorities. Your actions could help disrupt criminal networks and prevent future crimes.
Section 11. Stop money laundering. Protect yourself and your community. Money laundering fuels crime and corruption, undermining the integrity of the global financial system. By understanding the methods used by criminals, we can better identify and report suspicious activity, making it harder for them to operate. Remember, even seemingly small acts of money laundering can have far-reaching consequences. Stay informed, be vigilant, and report any suspicious activity. Together we can create a safer and more secure world by stopping money laundering in its tracks.